Shelley Winter Show live, local, topical, and relevant. Did you guys know it just came out? We knew it, right? We knew it. Trump supporters, we knew this was going on already. The Department of Justice under former President Joe Biden, quote, withheld evidence, end quote, and approved, quote, aggressive arrest tactics, end quote, when targeting pro-life defenders. We knew this. I had Beverly Williams on my show who was arrested and jailed. Trump had to pardon her. She was on my show. We all knew this, but now it's coming out. And then they slapped them with longer prison sentences than pro-abortion ones, according to an explosive internal review released today. We knew this was going on. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm getting ready to talk about, in the next segment, I'm going to talk about this crazy story about how they did a psych profile on MAGA. And you're going to hear things that's going to make you very upset, because when I was reading it, I got upset, right? But this is why the answers to that psych profile that they did, and they made this a big deal as if it was true. But there's a reason why people believe or don't believe the things that they hear. Now, I'm not talking about my disagreements with the president, because my disagreements with the president has to do with policy or implementation of policy or decisions being made. That's where my disagreements come in. But we know that the Biden DOJ weaponized federal law to prosecute pro-lifers. This was targeted. Now, I don't want to play what about. I don't want to play this game where we do the same to them and it never ends. I want to play a game where we say this should never happen again. I know it's hard. But this is the game. I don't want this game to play out. I don't want to live in a world where a president who's over the Department of Justice targets a group of people because he disagrees with them. I didn't want it to happen under Biden. I don't want it to happen under Trump. I don't want Trump to go after my Democrat friends because he disagrees with them. I don't like to see Trump going after Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly and all these people because they disagree with him. I don't want it to happen under anybody. I mean, that's a future that I don't like. Because then what happens is everyone just becomes pliant to whoever's in charge. If a Democrat wins, the pro-lifers don't do their job to fight for life. If a Republican wins, Republicans don't say what they disagree with for fear of being attacked. And a whole country becomes pliant, no matter who's in charge. And that's a dangerous place to live, my friends. Because that's one step from fascism. We're not quite there just yet, but it's kind of the same thing. We have to watch what you say, watch how you talk, watch how you form your opinions. So I don't want to live there. I have an opinion on everything. Everything. Want to hear my opinion on how to play in NBA play-in tournament's going to turn out? Ask me. I've got an opinion. I've thought it through. Want to ask me what I think the blockade is looking like? Ask me. I've thought it through. I've got an opinion on everything. And I don't want to live in a country or a world, but particularly a country where I've got to watch that opinion. Not because someone's censoring me, necessarily straight up censoring me, but because someone may come after me and arrest me. They'll say it's because you pushed someone if you're a pro-lifer, but just because you pushed someone, we're going to stretch the law to say you assaulted them, you blocked them, and now we're going to put you in jail for 10 years. Or we're going to put you in jail for 5 years because you did something against the right or the Republicans. Or we're going to shut your profile down or shut your YouTube page down because you said something against the president. It's not happening, but I see it happening. And if it were up to some, like Mark Levin, they would do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. There are those calling for me to be removed because they don't like me anymore. The same people who liked me 6 months ago don't like me anymore because I'm critical of the president. Shouted, Shelly, Shelly, Shell, my guy, yeah, let's take a selfie. Then they're like, hey, how do we get you off the air? Because you're saying things we don't like. It's the world we live in. I don't want to live in that world. Let me tell you something before we go to break. I just want to tell you all something. This show is probably one of the most diverse. Probably Mark Aram's show is just as diverse on this station, right? Mark Aram, probably me, right behind Mark. But this show is probably one of the most diverse shows on this station and on talk radio in general. I've got black, I've got white, I've got Republican, I've got Democrat, I've got straight, I've got gay, I've got young, I've got old, I've got Christian, Jew, Gentile, atheist. I got a little bit of everything that makes up. I've got a coalition, if you will. So every single night, every single segment, I'm going to say someone that pisses someone off. Every single night. But there's only one group consistently targeting me now. One group. And it's the group, strangely enough, that said facts over feelings. Shelley Winter Show. We'll be right back.